It's my 4-year SURGIVERSARY! Woo! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Dory. I am 4 years post-op from vertical sleeve gastrectomy, weight loss surgery. And let's just jump right into it. I am so pumped. I'm telling you that it's probably going to be 2 videos. I'll break it up so it's not too long. But guys, I am going to give you my tips and my tricks as to what has happened over the course of the 4 years, where I think I've done wrong things and where I've done right things, where I am now in my journey, and all of that amazing stuff. So pull up a chair, get your coffee, get your water like I have mine, and you are in for some good info. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna let you guys know that in case you hear a cat, it's not in your house. My cat is outside my door. She hates when I shut my door because she wants to be in here, but Mama's got a video to produce here. So anyhow, so guys, it's my 4-year SURGIVERSARY. 4 years. I can't even believe it. Where has 4 years gone? Let me get to my spiel in case you guys are new here and you're just seeing this video for the first time. But my name is Dory. I am 5 foot 4 inches tall on September 12th of 2016, and today is September 12th of 2020. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy weight loss surgery. I am 48 years old. My highest recorded weight was 350 pounds. My day of surgery weight was 300.5. My lowest I've seen is 156.3, and I'll get into how I deviated off my trail and how I saw that for a very small amount of time and why. And then we'll get into kind of the rest of the stuff that I have learned along the way. So that was my lowest. Today I woke up on my SURGIVERSARY at 175 pounds. So I don't have long to go. I'm trying to get to the ultimate goal of 150, although I think that may be too low for my body frame, but I'm gonna try to get there anyway. So I have 25 pounds. If I get down to 160, I will be perfectly fine and content, and I will probably, if I can't lose any more, I'll go into my maintenance phase. So I did pose some questions. I just wanted to know like what people pre-op or post-op or whatever would want to know from someone who has been in the weight loss surgery community for 4 years and what they may want to know. I will say that I have been doing videos since the day of my surgery. I tried to do them weekly, bi-weekly. I went back to weekly. A couple of times I did monthly. But there are not a lot of us at this far out post-op making videos. So I love to do it because I get to look back on my own journey. And if I have any questions, as I have this 2 weeks ago, and I'll get into that, it's great because I can look back on the journey and go backwards and see, why was I so successful then compared to now, and what can I do to get back to that success? And so it's been a great inspiration even for myself. And so the other thing that I have been doing that is very crucial is logging into MyFitnessPal. I've said it over and over. I have logged in, I think today is like 1,500 and maybe 30 days in a row, maybe 1,535, but I started logging into MyFitnessPal when I was pre-op. Before I even started the whole journey, I knew that I was going to go to these classes and this and that, and I just wanted to see what I was doing. So I started MyFitnessPal on June 5th with a BMI index of 50, I want to say it was 57 or 59, 59.2, I think. And it was June 5th of 2016, and I had my surgery in September. So I started right away because I wanted to make sure that I knew what I was putting in my body, because at that point, weighing and measuring and things of that nature were not something that I did pre-op. And so I knew it was something that I would do post-op or maybe a little bit before my surgery, but I hadn't done that prior at all, ever. So I purchased myself a kitchen scale, a food scale. I made sure that I got small containers, small spoons, small plates. The plates that I eat off of every day are the paper plates that are 6 inches. I believe it's 6¼ inches. And so they're probably, you know, maybe the palm size of my hand in the middle, and then they're edging. So maybe they're like this big. But I always eat on those because I'm going to tell you guys, until you are so far out that you can eyeball things, you really don't know what a big serving size is. So if you put it on a big plate, you're going to think that you have way little food. But if you put it on a small plate, then you will see that you have a normal serving. So those are the things that I did pre-op and that I would recommend. So I still, to this day, at 4 years post-op, I still every single day put my stuff into MyFitnessPal. I have seen over the years people who have deviated from that and they have regained. They just feel like they can do it, and they just think that they can eyeball it, and they don't keep track of what they're putting in their mouth, and before you know it, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds creeps up on them. So I would highly recommend putting something into, there's Carb Manager, there's MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal, I just like it. I don't get any extras. I just plug everything in. I make sure I'm plugging my water in so that some days are busy and you cannot even keep track of water intake. Never mind if you're grabbing something off your kid's plate, if you're doing this, anything that goes in my mouth, I put on MyFitnessPal. And that has proved to be really, really beneficial, because recently I was able to go back to December of last year and see what I was eating, and how often and things of that nature, to get down to my lowest weight, which is 156.3. And that was on December 29th. And I have a video, it's 8 months ago, and it talks about how I've gotten down. And in that video, I have so much positive energy. I want to get back there. I just remember feeling amazing at that weight. And so what caused me to go and gain a little bit was switching from what my surgeon told me, and the nutritionist and the dietitian, that still to this day is available to me at my surgeon's office, and going on a ketogenic diet. Now, that is a whole separate video that I'm planning on doing, but bariatric patients cannot sustain their bodies on a ketogenic diet. We just can't. We don't absorb and we don't feed our body the same way as someone who does not have weight loss surgery. And one of the questions I always get, now I did do the ketogenic diet for about 2 years, and in the first 3 months, you lose a lot of weight. You lose that water, you lose that, and you kind of get into this, oh, that's what I was supposed to do. See, keto is awesome. Keto is great. I don't feel the bloat. I don't blah, blah, blah. And that's all true. And I love the ketogenic diet in general for people who have not had weight loss surgery. And this is going to be something that is going to hit people in different ways. So if you have had weight loss surgery and you do a ketogenic lifestyle and you're feeling emotional over this, or you don't agree, then skip through this, because you can do whatever you want for your body. But I have looked back on all of the people who I started following way back before surgery, and the only ones that have got to goal, maintained, went on to have plastic surgery, or just live with the excess skin, every single one of them have either tried the keto diet and realized what I have just realized, or they have never deviated from their dietitian's plan. I wrote these names down because I knew that I would forget them. So these are the people that, I'll first tell you the people I started following long ago. So Gold Aesthetic. I started watching her from her journey right away. And Chemistry Queen, I watched those two the most before surgery. So I was, you know, watching their stuff, smiling, shrinking. That's Joni. She has been amazing. So I'm going to go through a list of people. There are a couple of, maybe two on here who were doing keto, who you will see on their channel tons of keto things, but within the last week and a half to 2 weeks have discovered that if they just go back to protein, low fat, water, that they are dropping the pounds, because that's what their surgeons and dietitians have told them to do, along with many, many other people. So there's Chemistry Queen, Chemistry Queenie, Voluptuously Skinny, Mitchell in Minnesota, Watch Kitty Shrink, Little Kansas Kitty, T's Journey, Mystery Guest 1948, Level 10 Life, Scotty RNY, Renee Bands, Mini Me in Tennessee, Smilin' Shrinkin', Cookie Lou, and Gold Aesthetic. Out of all of those people, they have all gotten to goal and have maintained for years. And they have either tried the ketogenic lifestyle and have done it, but have went back to what we know to be true for our weight loss surgery bodies. Okay, that's it. If you don't agree with that and you're a success and you're in maintenance and you haven't been yo-yo dieting, I want to know. Comment below, because I have looked through all the videos over the last 4 years that I have liked. And there is not one person that I can find that has done the keto lifestyle 100%, is a weight loss surgery patient, and has been at goal and maintained. Not one. The ones that I find are the ones that have tried different, Weight Watchers, keto, high fat, low carb diets, and every single one of them, you get to a point where you can no longer lose and you slowly start gaining back. And for whatever reason, they don't want to face that the ketogenic lifestyle or high fat lifestyle is not going to work with their bodies. I don't know why. But that is all I'm going to say about that, because this is not what this is about. But this is what I've discovered within the last 2 weeks, that I have changed in my life, and I have already lost 5 pounds. And I'm just doing what my dietitian has told me, what my surgeon has told me, what my nutritionist tells me. I went back and looked at my paperwork, and they know what they're talking about. Now, my dietitian and surgeon's office will never tell a weight loss surgery patient to do the ketogenic lifestyle, ever. What they do, which it was surprising, but a couple of years ago I was doing it anyways, but they do let you know about intermittent fasting. So they have their patients do it. It's a great thing. It's a great opportunity to fast for a little bit, or you could fast long, but they do recommend the intermittent fasting when you're over, I think it's like 9 months to a year and more over pre-op, or post-op rather. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So let me get to some advice and questions. I posed this on the Facebook page of Mini Me in Tennessee, Lisa. And there were a couple of people who responded and gave me some of their questions. And so I'm just going to go through a few of these. Then when the video gets too long, I will make a second video, and that's where I will tell you things that I wish I would have done different, things if I would have rather bypassed than VSG, or if I would have rather a different surgery. And I will say that one of the biggest questions I get is, do you think, because you've lost so much weight, do you think that you could have lost weight doing a ketogenic lifestyle, or high fat, low carb, or Weight Watchers, or something like that, instead of having the surgery? Could you have gotten this motivation without the surgery? And I'm going to tell you it's 150% no. Absolutely not. And the reason being is that what this surgery did for me was it made my stomach so small that even though I want to eat all the good things or the bad things or anything, I can only do it to a certain point, and that's where the success comes from. The success comes from having a small stomach that even if I try to push it a little bit, I can't. I get sick. I feel horrible. And that is the difference between having weight loss surgery and having a drive to do something different. That is the humongous difference. Is I could have never achieved this, because if any of us ask ourselves, we've done it. I made videos in the beginning. You guys have made videos in the beginning explaining that you have tried everything to get this weight off. I mean, I tried Jenny Craig, and I tried Atkins, and I tried Nutrisystem. I tried exercising it off. Nothing helped. And that is why I needed to save my life. And this surgery saved my life, because I have a small pouch, and because when they remove that stomach, they remove the hormone, the hunger hormone, ghrelin, which is humongous. So you don't remove that hunger hormone and make your stomach small, even if you fast and shrink it, because all those years of us eating so much and stretching our stomach, you will never get a small stomach. So the answer to that question is, could I have done it on my own without surgery with great motivation? Absolutely not. Because keto, Weight Watchers, Nutrisystem, they don't make your stomach small. They leave your stomach stretched out, and you fill it, and you binge, and you eat. And so anyways, that is the big question. Absolutely not. I could have never lost all this weight with doing a certain diet or subscribing to some yo-yo something, because my stomach is small, and that's what saves me from my own self at times, for sure. Okay. So the first question that I got was, what advice would I give someone who is pre-surgery? So someone who is pre-op, what advice would I give them? So the first word of advice would be to research everything on whatever type surgery you're going to have. I know for me, I chose vertical sleeve gastrectomy versus bypass because my surgeon recommended it for me. He told me to do my homework, watch videos or whatever I was going to do, and come to what I thought was perfect for me. And then he asked me, and I told him, and he agreed with me. This is how he kind of does it, is if you are apple shaped and you carry most of your weight around your heart, in your stomach, in that area, your butt, your hips, but more in the midsection, you should have a bypass. And it's because you need to be able to have that malabsorption to a point, and most people who carry it in their middle will crave sugary things more than someone who doesn't. And having the bypass will give you the dumping syndrome, and it will help you to not eat sugary things, because you will get very, very ill. I had most of my weight from my butt down. And so for that reason, the vertical sleeve gastrectomy was perfect for me. There is no evidence to support that the bypass lets you lose more weight than the sleeve. There's no scientific evidence. And so over the years, in 2018, 19, and this year, they have had scientific evidence that says that in the beginning, bypass patients will lose it quicker, and that's because of the malabsorption rate. But at an 18-month test, they have found that the bypass and the sleeve surgery were the same thing. Sometimes vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery will actually have more weight lost. I know that's contradictory, but that's what the new scientific evidence has shown. And so I have lost, like, I don't know, 90% of my excess weight. And they say between 65 and 75 for sleeve, but as we're getting more scientific evidence forward, they are contradicting that. So what other advice? So I would have you do your homework on what is best for you. I would also say to take before measurements and before pictures. That is going to be huge. So when you are having a week or a day that you are feeling like you're not losing or the scale is stuck, you can still have those measurements to see, oh, okay, I lost an inch or two. Oh, I lost 4 inches today. And that it's not the scale that's determining what you're really losing. And then I would definitely keep some of the clothes that you're going to start growing out of. Just keep like one pair of underwear, one pair of pants, one shirt. So if you're in, you know, a 3 or a 4X, keep one of them. If you're in a 24, 26, keep one pair, because once you go through the journey, you are going to be comparing your clothes now to what you wore before. And so that is crucial. That is amazing. It's great to see it when you don't see it in numbers. I am a daily weigher. I always have been. My nutritionist and surgeon's office has always said that at least weigh every 4 to 7 days. Don't let it go longer than that, only because the majority of the people who are going to see a regain will see it within that first few days, and you can grab a hold of yourself and go backwards. I would also say to purchase those things I said, the small fork, the small spoon, the small plate, the kitchen scale, food scale. Weigh and measure everything. Get you those, you know, quarter cup sizes, half a cup size of the measuring cups. Get yourself a teaspoon and a tablespoon measurer. Those are going to be amazing. Make sure you get yourself onto some app that you can track. Walking is great, but I'm going to say for the first year, don't even bother doing any kind of strenuous activity. Your body is going to be going through a lot of changes. And if you get yourself a Fitbit or you get yourself something like that, and you can go ahead and just track your steps, just try to beat yourself from one day to the next. If you're getting 3,000 steps, try to do 3,500. If, you know, things of that nature, that is what's going to help you. There are a couple of people that I follow, not the ones that I've mentioned already, but Dr. Duc Vong. He is a world-renowned bariatric surgeon. I follow him. He was at Lovelace Hospital in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and now I don't even know where he lives now, but he's written books, and so he just gives it to you. If you're the type of person like me that you just want to get from point A to point B and you just need somebody to tell you and show you in practical, that's him. If you don't like to hear the truth, don't follow him, because he will let you guys know what is good for bariatric surgery and what is not, and what you should eat and what you shouldn't, and things of that nature. He's got a boatload of information, and so he is someone that I have always followed. You definitely don't want to deviate from your journey, especially pre-op as you're getting yourself educated. Try not to fall into the temptation of following other people, because your journey is going to be just yours. It's not going to be anybody else's. It's just going to be your journey. It's going to be what you make of it. You are going to put in your own work. Nothing is going to come easy. There's not going to be anything that's just going to be, hey, I'm getting the surgery, I'm coming home, I'm not going to change any of my habits, and I'm just going to go ahead and lose, because that's not going to do it for you. And so those are the things that I would say pre-op, that would be my best advice. The video is already almost 24 minutes, so I'm going to break this up into 2 parts. It might even be 3 parts, depending on the questions. But if there's anything that you guys want to know, you can post it down below. But I'm excited. 4 years, guys, has gone by like so quick. But I am excited to continue this journey into plastics one day. And that's it for now. Stay tuned for number 2.